Hello there, everyone. My name is Damon Tyndall, and I'm a home business coach and entrepreneur. I ask you to bear with me for just a few minutes, as I want to give you some very, very powerful information on a home business idea with enormous and immediate cash flow potential. Now, I believe the reason why this information is so powerful is that it has the ability to change your life just as it's changed mine. As a result of deciding to start a home-based business, 8 years ago, I've enjoyed the privilege of being my own boss and set myself up financially, all because of the residual income stream that I've generated from the type of home business idea that I'm going to touch on today. However, this wasn't always the case. When I started my first home business, I was working in a job that I honestly hated. And I also found myself constantly living from one paycheck to the next. Seriously, I was well and truly frustrated by this situation, and I knew it was time to do something about it. Maybe you can identify somewhat with the predicament that I was in, so let me ask you, has there been some time over the past few months when you've been greatly concerned over not having the money to pay your rent or make your mortgage repayments? Maybe you've been worried about not having the money to pay those never-ending bills. Maybe you've experienced frustration at not being able to spend more time with your family and friends because of work and business commitments. Maybe you're so dissatisfied with your job or hate your boss to the point where you detest having to go to work each day. Or you may be feeling extremely discouraged by the lack of income and the lack of results from your previous or current home business or online business experiences. You know what? You're not alone. There are many people feeling exactly the same way, especially given the lack of job security in these times of global economic uncertainty. Maybe you've racked your brain trying to find a way out of your situation, but whatever you've tried at this point just hasn't quite worked out. Well, I have some great news for you. We have a powerful income-producing home business that has the potential to generate some very significant and immediate cash flow for you. Firstly, though, I would like to briefly introduce you to John Kinnear. John is someone who I respect enormously, not only because of his proven success having earned millions of dollars over the past 15 years or so in the home business and relationship marketing industries, but because he has also helped coach many people all over the world on how to generate significant cash flow working from home. And I've also been very fortunate to call John a business partner on past business projects. John, can I start by asking you how a home business project like this can generate passive cash flow?
Well, it's an excellent question and something that I've been fascinated with for a long time. The truth is, a properly run home business project is no different than any other business in the sense that, let's say you had a Starbucks coffee franchise and you were in a high traffic location and you had sales turnover all day long from coffee consumers. Well, at the end of the day and at the end of the week and in the month, that business is going to turn a profit. And once all your bills are paid, the rest is for you. The only difference with a home business project is that we're not subjected to a single location, and we're not subjected to huge franchise fees and ongoing costs like employees, etc. What runs through our online business is almost always profit for us.
John, can you maybe share with us how creating this type of income has changed your life?
It's in more ways than I could possibly mention. Once we develop a system that works effectively, just like, of course, you're going to be teaching with your system to anyone that chooses to align with you, and you align with them, that system will continue to work even when we're not. So whether we're sleeping or whether we're active, when we start building a global business, there's always going to be consumers for our particular product that are bringing in revenue for us.
Thanks, John. That's very interesting. Finally, John, can I ask you what type of emerging business trends should people be looking for as far as investing or starting a home business or work from home business project?
There's four large trends that I pay attention to, Damon. One of which is the internet. This is how many people are getting this information right Canadian government deemed broadband or high quality internet an essential service. And that's happening more and more all over the world. So that's opening doors for us to do business in markets way beyond our own front door. The second that I pay a lot of attention to is the health and wellness industry. Noted economist Paul Zane-Pilzer, who's written a number of best-selling books and has worked closely with a couple American presidencies, has predicted the health and wellness industry to be our next trillion-dollar industry. So where the money is often a smart place for us to be looking. And the reality is, baby boomers, that post-war population bubble, 1946 to 1964, that's not just a group that's growing in Canada, America, Australia, but really all over the Western world and developing countries as well. So the baby boomers are huge, and we really need to pay attention to what they're spending money on, and what they're spending money on is health and wellness. Home business, of course, which is what we're talking about right now, the idea of being able to be a successful business person without those horrendous costs that traditional business has attached to them. And then lastly, I really encourage people to look at highly consumable products that a marketplace already uses. So you're not having to re-educate a market. You're simply helping them realign money that they're already spending on something like coffee and tea would be a great example of a highly consumable product.
Thanks so much for your time, John. It's much appreciated.
You're welcome, Damon. Hey, listen, there's one more thing I'd like to add to you, just to help listeners kind of wrap their head around this whole concept. They need to be really try to think outside the box and be conscious of the fact that what may not necessarily attract them doesn't not necessarily attract the masses. There's a quote by someone that I'm a very big fan of, and the quote reads as follows: "The things that you like should be hobbies of yours, but the things that the world likes should be a business of yours." And it was Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men on the planet, that actually said that.
Thanks so much for your time today, John. That's very powerful advice to finish up on. The great news here, guys, is that the same home business project that has allowed people like John to earn millions of dollars and set himself up financially also has the potential to do the same for you. This is a home business project that requires a surprisingly low initial investment and has minimal overheads. It's a home business where you can be mentored by many of our top income earners. And it's a business you can start part-time. And no matter whether you'd like an extra $250 or $500 per week, or are aiming to generate a more significant weekly income of $5,000 or $10,000 per week. How do we know that these types of incomes are possible? Well, we already have the likes of tradespeople to stay-at-home mums and dads, school teachers, coal miners, restaurant owners, nurses and financial planners who are achieving these types of incomes right now. And many of these people have little to no sales or business experience. They are earning these type of incomes by attaching themselves to a very powerful business system that is underpinned by the consumption of one of the world's most highly consumed products, and a product that is loved the world over, and that product is coffee. However, our coffee is not like any other coffee, and it's unique in two ways. Now, the great news is that we've found a way to help you generate immediate cash flow that can help you improve your financial situation within a very short period of time. And I'm talking about days and weeks, not months. If you're watching this video and you're sick of living with debt, not earning the money that you want, working a job that you hate, not living in the home that you want, not driving a car that you love, and not taking the vacation time you and your family deserve, then now is the time to stop thinking about it and do something different. Now is the time to take action. Now, we know you want to find out more why our coffee is the coffee that pays, and why people all over the world just can't get enough of it. And I'm sure you also want to know more about the #1 momentum company within its industry that we have partnered with, and exactly how to take this home business idea and use it to generate cash flow from day one. Well, we will share all the details with you in our next short, powerful video. The investment of just a few more minutes in reviewing this information in our next video could be worth a very significant income to you in the years to come. So simply enter your details now and get instant access to our next video. And we will see you on the other side.